Africa. Goeiedag. Enjoy. Save South Africa. Be right back.
Sunsets and sky so blue. Mountains whisper stories of dreams so true. From oceans roaring wild to valleys deep. A heartbeat of a nation that will not sleep. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. Sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked schemes. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they lead, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall, for the power is the people's above it all. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. People sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave, they leave. But we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall. For the power is the people's above it all. Written all. Written all.
Welcome, folks. Welcome back to the program. Good morning, South Africa. How's it going there, folks? I'm sure you're having a better day than Mahdi's fans are having. Oh, gosh. What a tough break last night. Really heartbreaking. Mahdi's was never even in this thing, folks. If you were watching it, they were never in it. First half, it just misled us. We thought they were in the game, but they just got pummeled by Ike's. Ike's just absolutely obliterated them. Whew, my goodness. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in South Africa, down on the South Coast in the Western Cape, and it's just stunning to say the very least. Let me say hello to everybody out there as I get you into the conversation here. Thanks for joining us this morning. And so my apologies for the past couple of days of not doing my regular streams. I've tried, but it isn't always possible. I mean, I've got other things to take care of, but I want to show you a few things before we talk about that. First off, I got this last night at Danny Craven Stadium. So I thought people would appreciate this. So check it out. So remember the complaint about what was said by Boga Manami? Yeah, he's talking about the Vit cunt. Well, this is the maroon cunt. So we are the maroon cunt. I love it. Had to get this t-shirt last night. Anyway, so yeah, anyway. And my friend here didn't help. You know, he's carrying the flag. There's a little mascot. No help whatsoever, man. No help whatsoever. Mahdi's, look, there was a try scored at the end of the first half. I'm like, yes, they're in the game. It's 1918. Only for the TMO to disallow it. Damn, that was a heartbreaker. So they went into the locker rooms, 19 Actually, they give a penalty up and we're down 22-11 or something like that. Anyway, it sucked. Second half, oof, man, not so great, not so great. Anyway, it didn't go very well in the second half. It just got obliterated. I left, and the cheers are going up, and it's a good thing I left because it turned out that when I left, why can't you see that squirrel? I need to move over a little bit. There you go. When I left, they just rolled up the score against Mahdi's. Icky's was really fantastic. Anyway, folks, welcome back to the program. Let me greet everybody here in the chat. Well, everything started to disappear. Proud Neanderthal, Utopi's here, Heidi Kruger, Sinkmaster, William Wheeler, that looks like a new name. Welcome to you. Rakes, Wendy, Boix, okay. I am a busy bee, that's true. Matis Baka. Your video you just posted has no sound. No sound. Are you serious? No, that can't be right. Let me check on that real quick. Let me see what's going on with that. Okay, then I'll have to hide it if there's no sound. I want to piss people off. There's a lot of comments, so maybe it is a problem. Let me see. Go on YouTube. Let me see.
Yesterday, comparing Ibrahim
There's sound.
got Rasul out of Washington, D.C.
There's the video.
He was very undiplomatic.
There's something wrong with your connection. I would reload, or YouTube's harassing my channel. Take your pick. It's one of those things. Sound is there. Diane Fundamental, welcome to you. But thank you for letting me know. Elsa Hubbard, welcome to you. Veritas, you look like you're on holiday. 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 Yesterday I met with Neil DeBeer. I had a nice conversation with Neil DeBeer. I was in contact with Rob Hersoff yesterday. He was busy, so we didn't link up. Today I'm going to be having coffee with someone. He lives down in this area in Somerset West. Then we've got a meet and greet tonight. 6:30 at the Kapstadt Brauhaus on the Strand. Be there, be square. It'll be a good time, so come on down. I don't think Oranje is going to happen, Defender, because I'm going to Uppington, and so that cut out the time I could have gone to Oranje. So we'll see. We'll just have to see if there's flexibility, but right now that's not the plan. Still have to book my flights. I had to get confirmation. So the health of John Tungay, the founder of the Drakensberg Boys Choir, was concerned yesterday. John went to see the doctor, and so I wanted to make sure he was okay for me to visit. But John is okay. You know, he's 89. So I will be booking my flights now to Durban and the rest of the country after hearing what's going on there. So that's some good news. John got his medical exam yesterday, and he's doing all right. There's 199 Rand. Jamming breakfast South African style includes VAT. Please remember to tip the waiter. Enjoy your coffee too. I'm having a cappuccino this morning, courtesy of my host. Ooh, I didn't mix that sugar in very well. It was pure sugar right on top of the foam there. Anyway, so today, meet and greet 6:30. Also, I'll be hanging out with Barry Hilton later today. Yep, so cool beans with that. So going to see Barry Hilton, whose health has improved. That's good to hear. And see how he's doing. So Barry and I are going to meet today. Going to have coffee with someone else. Also, I need to run over to the Freedom of Movement store and pick up a new pair of fellies. I need some new Feldskirte so that I can wear them to the Andrea Bocelli concert on Wednesday night, because my tennis shoes are not suitable foot attire for that game. So no one else is buffering. It's just you, Charles. I've got it fine here on my end. So anyway, so that's what today's schedule looks like. Tomorrow, I'm considering Felladrift and Saldana. Yes, that's correct, but I've got to work out my schedule. Tomorrow is Wednesday. A few things going on tomorrow, but tomorrow night is Andrea Bocelli. And then I may wind up in Stellenbosch or Parle tomorrow. I'm just debating that, haven't decided yet. And then I will let you know. Beyond that, Thursday, it's off to Hermanus. Be in Hermanus on Thursday and Friday. Thursday night, there'll be a meet and greet in Hermanus. It might be at the Misty Waves Boutique Hotel. Haven't decided yet. I'll try to get you an update. I have to get confirmation from the hotel today. So we'll be there on Thursday, and then Friday in Hermanus. Friday night, I've been invited to a braai in Hermanus, and I'm going to that. I don't know if anyone else is invited, but I'm there. So I'll be there. If anyone else can be invited, I'll let you know if my host lets people come. It's concert also seems to be blown away. Yeah, I've been blown away by Andrea Bocelli over his recordings. Now in person will be amazing. So that's Thursday, Friday. Saturday, it's back to Cape Town for Stormers. And I'm bringing along my new friend, Jordan, who lives, my new friend, Jordan, who lives in Hermanus, My nose got all clogged up there. So Jordan will be going to the game with me on Saturday. So I'll have company for that game. And so Jordan's a young man who's getting harassed at school. So I thought we'd do something interesting. So Jordan and I'll be going to the game on Saturday. On Sunday, then the plan shift a little bit. Initially, the plan right now is maybe to do a meet and greet at Woodbridge Island on Sunday. That's the rough plan. And from there, it's off to points further east, and then I'll get back with you. So the schedule's developing. From here, we'll be flying to Durban. From Durban, driving up to Howick, and from Howick back to Pietermaritzburg to Durban for a meet and greet, because there's nothing to see in Durban now. It's just it's a rubbish bin now. There's nothing worth seeing in Durban anymore. So from the Durban rubbish bin, flying to PE. I'll be in PE for a few days. And from PE, I'll be flying to Gauteng, from Gauteng to Uppington back to Gauteng. And my agenda in Gauteng is going to be pretty full. I've been asked to be a guest in Gareth Cliff's program. I've been asked to do a few other things. And so we're working on all that. So maybe tomorrow I can put the FEMA tents up in Wellington. We're working on that. You know, people actually thought that was real. They actually commented and said that, what are you doing putting FEMA tents up? They actually thought I was doing it. What did Karen say? So glad you're here to see for yourself. Well, Karen, I've been here many times, about 500 times I've been to South Africa. I just haven't been here in a year. It's been a year break, folks. It's been a year since I've been here. No wonder I'm obsessed with FEMA tents. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people. I'm telling you, man. Good morning, folks. Good morning, South Africa. Good morning, Azania, Mzanzi, however you describe yourself, describe your country. Welcome. Goeiedag, yeah. All right, William Wheeler, Sunday would be great if we do it at Woodbridge Island. So I'll be back in Cape Town for the next Stormers game the following week, and the Jazz Festival. I'll be in town for the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. I'm going to that. And yeah, I'm going to be in the tent business. I work with REI and with Gander Mountain selling tents. So if you go to the U.S. Embassy and they ask you, if Colonel Wyatt asks you for money, tell him, no, he doesn't need any money from us. He's too busy selling FEMA tents to the government. Oh, dear God. Aidez-moi. It's too much. Willem, I'll have to look hard at that. If I went to Limpopo, best I could do is probably Petersburg, Polokwane. I've never been there, but I suppose I could try that and then go out to Shisheho and cover that ground on the ground. Eating the dogs, eating the cats. We are never going to forget that one. Oh, it's always a busy schedule, man. It's always a busy schedule. Everyone's like, Chris, you're taking it easier on holiday. Are you smoking crack cocaine? I wish I was on holiday. Mati's, big defeat last night, folks. Really heartbroken about that one. So anyway, let me get to the chat here. I'm missing some people in the chat. So we got Betty. Who else we got there? Dougie Raymond, Andrew Darlow, Rakes, Wendy, Pierre Engelbrecht, and Natasha McGregor. You can take our lives, but you can never take our freedom. Well, that's true. Light rain is in from the West Coast. My goodness, light rain. It is now 8 hours different. So it's midnight for you. Welcome to the late witching hour. John tells us, I hope to see you tonight. See the clip on the new Envoy to U.S. Well, I did, and I made a video yesterday. It was an objective video, and I said that this is better than Rasul, which is true. But I saw the video of his nonsense. This guy's another race hustling, hateful, anti-white, anti-Trump, anti-American scumbag. Yeah, no, I just did another video. I just released it just before this. That's the one somebody said there was no sound on. Already 600 people watched it. It's exciting now, folks, with the larger audience, that even if I release it, this is not a bad video, but say I release a crappy video, at least I'll get 1,000, 2,000 views within the first hour or so, when I used to have to wait days and weeks for that sort of thing now. So we went over 300,000 with that video the other day. It's just, I'm gobsmacked. I'm looking at the numbers of viewers who are tuning in, the number of people watching the videos. It's just, it's amazing. You guys are fueling me now. People are like, Chris, how do you do it? Well, I'm living off the adrenaline of my audience. I'm sucking the lifeblood out of all of you, man. I don't ask for your money. I'm just taking your essence. I'm just taking your essence. Pierre Engelbrecht, Natasha McGregor, John Tully, Russell Robinson. Good morning, our honor Alfred Connor. Thank you. Marlies Fun Kapiski. Are you married to the gentleman named that? Goeiemorgen and welcome, Gordons Bay. Aha, are you here, Marlies? Can you come to tonight's meet and greet? Look forward to it. Thank you. Gordon Bay. I love Gordons Bay. Magda Bradenham, Peter say welcome to you. Ronan, Okut Vesels, Louis, Carolyn, Jean, Aline, welcome to you. Max Murray. Debbie's here. Debbie, love the look. Did the Stellenbosch University Rugby Team FB Monty's win? No. Was that a question? The Monty's did not win. They got beat badly. Lovely sunrise over Hottentots, Holland. Yeah, beautiful over the Helderberg. Gorgeous this morning. Coming up over the side of the Helderberg here. Lovely stuff. Charmaine Cook, welcome to you. Sandra Yonk, how was the rugby? Disappointing, but the game was incredible. A full stadium, not a seat in the house. The place was packed. It was incredible. The people, well, now this is what I want to say. Let me get through all the greetings to people, and then I want to tell you. Remind me to come back to this, folks. What South Africa can be, what it was last night, okay? All right, let me get to that. Isabel, let's hope for a better South African. Let's hope, yes. It's a great day in Gordon's Bay, even for a beloved Colonel drinking. It's cappuccino. It's not a coffee. It's mostly milk and sugar. Hence, I can tolerate it. Caffeine, it's coffee flavored. Johan van der Koff, how do we join the WhatsApp group? You can't. They're full. If you're talking about the refugee group, I'm not making 1,000 those groups. It's ridiculous. It's a lot of work to maintain it. I have 2. I seeded to the second group. There's 1,025. WhatsApp has a ridiculous limit. If you'd like to join the Telegram group, 220,000 people can join that. We have 2,000 in that group now. And so you can join the Telegram group. Understand that it's not a place for you to communicate. You only receive. It's receive mode only. So if one of my mods, if you're here, if you could put it up. I did get more requests from moderators. I will take a look at those, but I need time to evaluate them. And I don't have that time at the moment. So I'll get to it as soon as I can. Okay, folks? But I did receive several. Alta, you're one of them. Are you the same Alta we've known for a long time? She sent me a request to do it. Have to appreciate, Chris. Thanks for standing up and making the world understand the situation. Well, I'm doing my best here, folks. I'm doing my best. How's the weather? The weather's fantastic, handyman. It's fantastic. Good morning, Elsa. What this country could be is wishful thinking. The racist, communist, terrorists. Chris, don't be a party pooper. Don't be a party pooper, Chris Aylers. Haney Pretorius. Steve Young. Steve Young, are you the famous quarterback? The air is wonderful here. Yeah, the wind. It's where they invented. Wind was invented in Gordon's Bay, folks. I mean, look, the God made the world in 7 days, and then he said, you know what? I've got some energy left over. Let's just make a wind tunnel. We'll call it Gordon's Bay. Good Lord. They just invented wind here. It's crazy, man. It is crazy, crazy. I can walk outside without a hat. My hair is sideways. I look like one of those hippies from the 60s. Good morning to Jane Marie, Margaret Furry. We had to wait so long for people to notice what's... Well, Jane, no, you didn't. I've been talking about this for 25 years, but you haven't seen me because I was in the intelligence community informing U.S. policymakers, and I've been talking about it publicly since 2020, but YouTube censored my channel, took it away, and I had to rebuild everything. You love the Mahdi's, Karen. That's cool. What about my squirrel, man? Check out my mascot here. Here's my friend. Here's my friend. Check him out. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, got the Mahdi's flag. Yay. Did not help last night. Still lost badly. Yeah, that didn't work out. So the mascot was no help whatsoever. But the mascots from all the teams in the varsity competition were pretty funny. Those dudes could dance, man. They're out there jamming to all the music. And look, you know, when I went to the Bulls game, and I commented last year about how it was annoying that the announcer kept playing the music while rugby's going on. Somebody said, that's how we play rugby here. Yeah, at varsity level. And that was fine last night. The music playing the whole time. But people watching this thing internationally on television in Scotland don't give a flying flip about the interrupting playing, you know, Rihanna during rugby. So last night was fine. It was fantastic playing music. All right. Suzanne Mosley Walker, welcome to you. Yeah, we have sporting events. We all get along. We can treat public. Okay. Nikita Torian, Charles Akbulan, African Conversation. Are we here to lecture South Africans? Are you here? Here's a troll. Troll alert. Troll alert. Are you here to lecture South Africans? No. You can fuck off. Fuck off, buddy. You want to be rude? You say the women's event in Gordon's Bay. Oh, I've been to PE. PE's got nothing in Gordon's Bay, man. You got the mountains right here that curve it right into False Bay and nail you. PE is just flat, open on the ocean area. The only reason you got wind is because there's nothing built up there, because it's a brick depressed town. Hey, Napoleon. You walk around in private security, Chris? What a dumbass question, Pablo. Remove. Stupid questions, stupid comments are going to be removed. You've been warned, Pablo Charlie. That's the first warning. You're going to get a timeout for the next one. Yeah, wind turbines will probably snap here. Sonia gave 100 Rand. Thank you for that. Mahdi's tomato. Oh, Chris. Okay. Well, you're going to get a timeout too, Chris. Saw 2 news items. Ernst was being interviewed. The news story came light that our cricket players cannot play where they sent away because whites. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Morning, refugee, says Reg. Willem Duckett. Good morning. Our South African friend. Need a place to stay. I'm very close to Fort Tracker. I'm 10 minutes from it. Would love to have you visit. Well, Willem, I'll consider that. Just remind me. I usually make a group for people to get in, but last time people started using it for chatting and not for sharing and coordinating, so I held off. I do have a group this time, but I'm not sharing it publicly. It's called I'm Not a Refugee, because this is the I'm Not a Refugee tour for those who don't know that. But I'll consider that. Thank you for that. Peter, welcome to you. Okay, and then MCM. 76,000. Wow, it's getting there. Hopefully, we're a lot higher by the time we change. Well, if we get to 100,000, you get to watch me shave alive on camera in South Africa. So if you want to see that, you're gonna have to make it happen. You got about a month. You got a little over a month to make it happen. A little over a month, folks. You can make it happen. You can watch me trim this thing down. Javi Stolas says, good morning. Can't wait. Trump's actually a new ambassador. Yeah, well, he's not really ambassador. That's what they let us to say. Yes, Chris said F off. Yep, I did say F off. Yep. Yeah, that's too cute. Yeah, you like that, Debbie? You know I love stuffed animals. I love stuffed animals. Yeah. Got entire electricity from P in East London. Probably. Love how you deal with trolls. Well, I got tired of it. Typical American. You think we're here for your lecture? Hey, buddy, fuck off. Hey. African conversations. Hey, you know what? Let me help you out here, buddy. Here's the problem. See, it's too early in the morning for masturbation. You should remove your left or right hand, or maybe both of them. Maybe you do a double-fisted thing. I don't know. Are you that large? Remove that from your appendage. Remove it from your appendage. Let that blood flow back to your brain. And then you won't say such stupid things in my chat. Fuck off. Piss off. Footsack. Take it on the arches. Bye-bye. See you later. Wouldn't want to be you. Yeah, it's pretty cool squirrel mascot, isn't it, Caroline? Love that. Couldn't resist it. All right, trimming is not shaving. Veronica, I didn't say I was shaving. I said trimming. So you're telling me a Brazilian is not a shaving? The Brazilian is not shaving? Cobus, that's an old video. That video is from 2020. They did do it. They had a march, ANC and the EFF. They went to the American Embassy in Hatfield and they said one American, one bullet. That's old news, though. People are trying to rehash that stuff. It's true. They said it. It's all part of the insults, but that's not new. Enjoy your time, beautiful Cape Town. You must go to Parle. I've been to Parle, Marie. I've been to Parle many, many times. In fact, I was, by the way, last night, 3 times. My first time out, anybody actually saw me in public because I've been kind of sequestered since I got here. 3 times recognized at the Danny Craven Stadium. A young lady, an older gentleman, and a younger guy all recognized me last night at Danny Craven. So thanks to whoever you guys were. We didn't get a chance to talk. It was pretty busy. Yep. Yeah, but it was nice being recognized. So we're off. The first time out in public, 3 times got recognized. In South Africa, we're poor. We only have blunt shavers. Oh, my goodness. How long will Jones be? We'll be playing Persona non grata for him, won't we? Persona non grata. Oh, my goodness. God says, what's happening right now? What's happening right now? Well, the sun is shining. The planet's rotating in the solar system. Last night, one of the coolest sights I ever got to see. Even though there were stadium lights, I saw the moon creep up behind the mountains and emerge last night. It was so cool. In about 5 minutes, it was just a little peak and it went right above the mountains. So cool to see that. There was a little notch in the mountains there, and the moon sat right in it. So Grace just gave 14 Rand super sticker. Thank you. Francesca Harbor's back with a $20 super Rand. Thank you for that. Sorry, $20 super chat, not super Rand. Okay. Good morning to Felicity. Yeah, these trolls need to screw off. Brazilian is waxing. Yeah. Okay. You're correct. You're missing my point. It's not clean. Oh, it's mates. Francesca means mates. Right? Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Matis means mates. My mates, my buddies. Is it not? Is it not? Go ahead. Correct me. I'm Afrikaans, guys. Okay. Trim that beard good, says Ria. Oh, boy. People are all into the beard. Okay. Yeah, they need to get them a bridge somewhere. The trolls need a new bridge. What about Van Dutoy? What about him, Cobus? Have you ever met President Trump? No, I've never met President Trump. The last president I met was George Bush. Team Fenta gave 70 Rand. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. Shane Jacobson. Docs, good morning. Dumela Salbona. Wow. Reckon it's dodgy for you coming here. These people were broken. Oh, it's fine. Relax, Shane. All right. Anita Hrubla. Q, I grew up in South Africa, moved a few months ago to you. I just want to bring to your attention that certain people recognize you. You may be confronted. Okay, well, again, please, enough of this nonsense. That's, these are basically, you may not be intending to put in here, but your comments are basically threats. And I appreciate you not putting these comments in like that, or you're going to be blocked, even if you have good intentions, all right? Because the chat stays up after the video. I don't need people reading this stuff. If you were in Pardon Island, let us know. I don't know Pardon Island. Sorry, Reg. I'm disabled, white Afrikaans man. Would I be turned away? No, why would you be turned away, wheel guy? You wouldn't be turned away. We've covered this a million times. I'm not going into refugee questions this morning because we haven't had a chance to interact with the audience for a few days because I've been busy making videos, traveling, booking things, setting up meetings and events. So I will answer this one question. I'll entertain it. And then if there's time later, I'll answer more. But right now I'm going to answer this one question. The refugee program is not for physicists. It's not for ditch diggers. It's not for gays. It's not for straights. It's not for whites. It's not for blacks. It's for people whose life is in jeopardy. Their life is in peril. Your life is in danger. Hence, you're granted refugee status to relocate from the screwed up place you came from to the United States and to other countries. The norm is you're in a third country before you come to America. However, there are exceptions. Cuba, Bosnia-Herzegovina and several other exceptions are called in-country refugee status. You're not actually a refugee, but you're granted refugee status and privileges and rights, which are fantastic. We grant you all kinds of things. We don't care if you're disabled. It doesn't matter. Your life matters as much as a person who's not disabled, wheel guy. So I don't know why anyone ever gave the impression that you wouldn't be welcome. It has nothing to do with that. If you don't qualify because you're not persecuted, that's a different story. Okay, so you should be fine. I've entertained that question. You got the right way to deal with trolls. Thank you, PH. Mo Sella says, you're not alone. The Jonas issue, Byron. Well, I didn't miss it, Mo. I didn't miss it. I mean, what I said is valid. I stand by my analysis that it's far better than Rasul, which is what I said. Not the best choice, but whatever the case is, at the end of the day, they're all caters. It doesn't matter. Unless the ANC picks someone that's not in the African National Congress to be their ambassador, which they could do. They took Tony Leon and sent him to Argentina. That's why I suggested Tony Leon. So it said, I mean, look, Tony Leon's too far to the left, and but still, send Tony Leon. He's a Jew. That would help. I mean, Trump loves Jews. I mean, so that's going to be already. Plus, he's been an experienced diplomat. He knows how to behave himself, and he knows how to work things. So, I mean, Tony Leon would be a brilliant choice. But it doesn't matter. So I stand by my analysis that it was better than Rasul, and it was a step in the right direction. But I didn't see this video. So, I mean, I can't catch every asinine comment by every dickweed, scumbag, race-hustling, racist bigot in South Africa. If I did that, I'd never sleep. I'd just sit down all day and watch nonsense coming from the sewage coming from the mouths of South African politicians. So I missed that about this guy. So I stand by my analysis, but I am saying I was incorrect because I didn't have all the information. That's what an honest person does. So, but yeah, so Byron, okay. Well, Afrikaner, what are you talking about the meet and greet? Whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk about. That's what we do at meet and greets. We have a good time. People like to ask me questions. The first time around, people had me signing autographs. That was pretty wild in Uppington. Team Venture, thank you for 70 Rand. Good morning from beautiful Gordons Bay where the sun comes over the mountains. It does, Rona. Hello from here in China. I miss this, but don't miss the problems. Hey, Johnny, how's it going there in China? Okay, meet and greet. Whoa, jumped ahead on me there, folks. Hang on a second. There we go, okay. It's short for Tamatis. Oh, no, you're being a smartass there, okay. Meet and greet with Colonel tonight at Kapstadt Brauhaus. There it is, Debbie. At Strand. Make sure it's Strand. Don't go to Blueberg. Good morning from windy Cape Town. Hey, Monterey Seabrits. How's it going there, man? Second holiday CIA. Yeah, it's my CIA mission, folks. You guys don't know that I work for the CIA, did you? Do you know that I work for the CIA? It's Chris in Africa. That's right. I work for Chris in Africa. Or Chris in Action, as some people call it. All right. Did you get your blister box action figure? Yeah, I did. I'm not sure what to do with that. That was pretty funny. I mean, that must be some AI thing everybody's doing. I first saw it when Johan Orton, my friend who's a sports photographer in South Africa, he's from Nelspruit, sent me his. I'm like, what the hell is this? Did you make this? Apparently, it's all the rage now. It meant friends. Yeah, exactly. Mates, friends, exactly. So I got it right. Thank you, friend. Chess. Oh, okay. Oh, you were on asking. Okay. Please be careful. Okay, enough. All right, so I'm telling you, people, stop the nonsense. I will shut the chat off. I don't need that garbage in here. I appreciate your concern, but stop putting it in there. Raina says, please debunk Southern media saying we will all be left out from SWIFT, from Hudson Institute, all their own interviews that only mention target sanctions. I don't know what you're talking about, Raina. Is someone telling in South African media that South Africa is being taken off the SWIFT system? To my knowledge, there's no discussion of that in the United States, and there's no justification for that at the moment, at least I'm aware of. And also, there are no sanctions. So there are no sanctions. The only sanctions that are being discussed publicly are the ones that would be considered under the bill from Representative Ronnie Jackson, Trump's former surgeon. So Ronnie Jackson is saying that we should have targeted sanctions against South Africa. So that's the only sanctions we're talking about here, and that's not a done deal, folks. That's not a done deal. So that's not even a law. So there are no sanctions. This is the thing. South Africans love to run around and press a meeting and go, ooh, sanctions, ooh, America's attacking us. Nobody's attacking you. You know what you're talking about. So I'm not sure what that is, Raina. I can debunk it right there. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't politicians and Trump administration officials in dark closets talking about, let's get sanctions for South Africa. That could very well be happening. But I mean, I don't have listening devices in the White House. Not anymore. They found them. They found my listening devices in the West Wing. Damn it. I was using it, and they took it away. Hey, Janet Joel says, wowzers, welcome back. Blauberg side, that'll be coming probably next week, okay? I'm in the Western Cape for a couple weeks. Needs to wife up a boervrouw. What's that? What are you talking about? Okay, You reported this morning about EFF and embassy. Sounds like a new thing. No, unless it happened this morning, it's not new. I saw the video. The video that was being circulated the past couple of days is one from 5 years ago. One of my viewers sent it to me and said, hey, did you see this? I have seen it 5 years ago. Same video. That's why I said, when is this from? When is this from? And we went and checked, and it was an old one, so it wasn't yesterday. But I saw that someone altered the video. They put Rasul in the picture. It didn't used to have, there was a poster somebody was holding outside the embassy in Hatfield, and that used to say something else on that video. Now they've altered it, and they put Rasul's picture on there. So that's not real. Don't fall for it. That doesn't mean they're not there. They might be there right now for all I know. But it's too early for the EFF to be out of bed. Don't you think that just realize how important you are and most of those true beacon of light? Okay. Well, thank you, amazing Amazon, Texas. Okay. Red John, here's my South African accent coming through. The rugby lost to the squirrel. Yeah, that's right, Mo. The squirrel let us down. No, listen, I'm going to tell you what. Ikeys deserve that win. Oh, my gosh. They're a hooker. That guy's fast. Fast. Unbelievable. And the defense for Mahdi's was just weak at times. I was in the bottom row, literally at field level. Thank you to my superstar here in South Africa, who always able to get me good tickets when I need it. And there it is. Okay. They wanted, yeah, they did. Mahdi's, it's like they weren't even in the game. But Ikeys wanted this game in, and they earned it. I mean, disappointing for me, but they earned it. Okay, so let's talk about the important part of the game, the cheerleaders. So the Ikeys cheerleaders are kind of hot. The Mahdi's cheerleaders are kind of hot, but there was one clear distinction. There's only one white gal on the entire UCT cheerleaders team. One white gal. She stood out like a sore thumb. Very attractive, but she's the only white girl out there. Everyone else was black. Black. No, I didn't say, well, maybe one or two colors. Whereas the Stellies, the Mahdi's cheerleaders were a mix, about half white and colored and black. And, yeah, so just pointing out something that was there. But we do go to the games to watch the cheerleaders, right? Come on, fellas, be honest. Come on, fellas. Some of you are watching the male cheerleaders. Be honest. Come on, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yolandi Smith, good morning to you. Mandy van Rooyen, Melanie van Heerden. Excuse me. Marius Villon, Martin. Good Boromisi Breibrookie has onions. No. Speaking of Breibrookies, I've been in touch with Ziane Simon, and it looks like she will be coming to one of my meet and greets. We're just trying to figure out where to do it because we're going to have her sing. Maybe. So anyway. Outside the harbor. Okay, Monterey. Yeah, hit the like button, folks. 280 likes. Mariska says, are you coming to Hermanus? Yes, I am. Thursday and Friday. There'll be meet and greet Thursday evening, probably at the Misty Waves Hotel, but not for certain yet. I'll have to let you know when I get confirmation. That's this Blobbery. Loves rugby. Would love it. That'd be great, Nikita Torian. Okay. Come have a glass of Cape Town's finest wine at Bantry Bay. Love to have you as a dinner guest. John, okay, Bantry Bay, I don't know that. Bantry Bay? Look that one up. Let me make a mark of that. File, new window, Bantry Bay. I take it that's your place? Or are you inviting me as a guest? All right. Does mean mates. Made up word from Mott, Singer, and Mott. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sean Falshank. I was correct. Bor Muzi, now that you're here. Okay. Next failed envoy. Yeah, who should we send next? Funny you should mention it. I was thinking of Floyd Shabambu. Sanctions could include banking. Yes, that's speculation, Anita. There is no indication of that. I don't know when I'll be near Durbanville. Cheerleaders distraction. No, they're not fleshing. Cheerleaders are not a distraction. No, they were fantastic last night. As were the mascots. The mascots were pretty cool dancing. Those guys had some moves. The Tux one, he had some moves, man. Matthew's becoming quite a legend. Okay, William. Okay, Army 365 is here. Okay, I didn't know that. Good to see you there. Bordermice is going Google here. Okay, coming to Northwest Province. Nikita, I'm not sure. Time is short. My total time in Gauteng is bifurcated by a trip to Uppington, and I haven't been there in 3 years. So I'm not sure. I'm desperately trying to meet Katrina Asal. If anybody knows Katrina Asal, Oma Katrina Asal, who's almost 90 years of age now, she's the last first language speaker of the Khoi or San language, Nu. I desperately want to meet her and interview her. If anybody knows her, knows how to get in contact with her, please help me out with that. This is important for survival of language. I'm not saying I'm going to save the language, but the people make people aware, particularly with a large audience now. So please let me know. Rian Olafia, I won't be going to the Free State this time, I don't think, although I've been asked to go a couple places, but some places are just a bridge too far. I only have a certain amount of time, folks. Hey, visiting the garden route. Probably not. Okay, what else? Have a good day, Chris, and everybody. Go rock and roll. Okay, thanks, Maria. Okay, so what the title for this stream was Seeing South Africa for What It Can Be. Ladies and gentlemen, last night I drove from Gordons Bay to Stellenbosch. Every robot worked. Not a single pothole. People obeyed traffic laws. Now, there were people texting and talking on the phone. That was kind of annoying, but that aside. Drove into Stellenbosch. Every robot worked. Everybody obeyed traffic laws. I turned, went down the street. Nobody was obnoxious. Everybody were stuck in traffic trying to get through to get on Fun Reed over to Danny Craven. There were parking guards dispersed in the right places to ensure people weren't parking illegally and to direct people to correct places. I pulled into the stadium. The parking was organized. It was well organized. I went, the people were there for information. They answered the questions. Black, white, and brown people answered my questions. They were fantastic, directing me to the right place. I went to buy the kit at the team store. They were wonderful people, very helpful for me. I got a discount because it was a Monday Madness, so I got 10% off, which made the stuff a little more affordable. I went inside. They helped me find my seat, although I was directed to the wrong seat initially, and then people came and claimed their seats, and I was actually in the front row. I guess I forgot that. Anyway, everybody there was respectful, kind. The only problem I had was the kids being little snots running in front down by the fence, you know, screwing off. But other than that, it was wonderful. South Africans, black, white, and brown, got along. Things functioned. The lights worked. There was no load shedding. Security worked. Traffic worked. And when I left, I came out and the guy was helpful. He said, sir, don't go left. You're going to get stuck there. Go right and head back towards town. I said, thank you. Went right, went down the street. Took a left a couple blocks later on, drove straight into the center of Stellenbosch, right in the center of Stellenbosch, and turned, made a left, went past the Starbucks, and then drove down and drove back out and hit the R44 and came back south. I got back here in like 20 minutes, not even speeding. It was fantastic. That is how South Africa should be. That is how South Africa could be. This cabal of evil politicians running this country are destroying it for their own self-aggrandizement, self-enrichment, and craven political power. Last night, South Africa was the South Africa, the Mzansi that we all expect, that we all want to see, that you are entitled to, you should have. This was South Africa last night, not this shit we see every day. What does it mean for Brent Bozell? Do they just keep nominating? It has nothing to do with Brent Bozell. He has nothing to do with South Africa's decision. And this guy was an envoy, not an ambassador. We had to correct that record too. On this episode of Colonel Soepkenvrouw. No. Don't start on. We're not. It's super expensive area. Well, I mean, super expensive South Africa is a relative term. Okay. Yeah, Diane, local is lekker. It's an invite as well. Okay, we would love to host you, says Thea. No, okay, Thea. Yeah, Thea, but you've been inundating me with WhatsApp, with email messages, and with something else, and I get confused because you write it as if it's the first time you ever communicated with me. We're talking the same person, Thea. Yeah, so a little confusing. Rian Olafir, always welcome. Thank you in the Free State. I like the Free State. It's just kind of desolate. Sariana, welcome to you. Have a good day. Okay, all right, we're new to the channel. Thanks for all the updates. Much appreciated. Well, welcome, Julius Kone. Welcome to the program. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing to it. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Where does the old lady live? Well, she resides in Manhattan Harbor on an island. It's called Liberty Island. She stands there with a big torch, and she welcomes visitors to America and immigrants. She's called Lady Liberty, Statue of Liberty. Is that the old lady you're talking about? Woke up in bad pain. Oh, sorry, Army. A hernia. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. Verna Kurtz. Well, you're having a bad run there, Army. It's a good thing you're in the States, though, not in the Philippines. Debbie says, and you know, you in Cape Town for sure. Ja, mot met jou brei lekker pap en soos sam. No pop. No pop. I'm sorry. Western Cape's like an overseas country. It is, because it's run by competent people. For the most part, Veronica. For the most part. Well, guys, I'm not saying this is South Africa. I'm saying this last night was the South Africa you deserve. Whether you live in Limpopo, Northwest, Gauteng, KZN, Eastern Cape, especially Eastern Cape. My God, that's like moving back to the Dark Ages. Yeah, you deserve this. South Africans deserve this. This is what they should have. What does this mean for Represent? Nothing. Come to Velcom. I've been to Velcom. Kempton Park, there are potholes everywhere. Yep. One thing I can say, staying in Germany most of my life now, residing in Western Cape is far better here, but Cape Town also has bad areas. Oh, yeah, oh, no, Cape Town does. I've been to bad areas in Cape Town, absolutely. And also dangerous parts. Yep, the Cape Flats are not exactly vacation land. It's not Disneyland. This is not your father's Oldsmobile in the Cape Flats, but I've been there. You look for Rossi? I don't know. Is he here? Truth Matters, welcome to you. Going to a meet and greet in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. Well, I mean, isn't Blauberg a northern suburb? I mean, wouldn't you call that a northern suburb? I mean, did I miss something here? When did Blauberg not become a northern suburb? So no. Okay, whoa. Looking at World Cup. We hosted, we can see what this country is capable of. Yep. Well, yep. Met the old lady you would like to interview in South Africa. Oh, see, Loretta, that's why I asked. What do you mean what happened? Well, she's 89. She lives in Uppington. And I want to, people don't live forever, folks. I mean, it's just the reality of life. It's unfortunately people come and go. We all come and go at some point. So I'd like to meet her because she's the last first language speaker of language new. They thought Nu was extinct back in the 70s or 80s. And then they just did they put a thing out in the papers and they said, anybody that speak this language, and they had a few hundred people come forward back then and said, yeah, we still speak it. They had grown up on farms and were dispersed all over, but they still spoke language. All of them have one by one died. She's the last one left. And she wasn't literate, but she wrote a book in Nu. It's amazing. And her granddaughter, it's a colored girl, she's tried to revive it, and I tried to reach out to her, but she's impossible to reach. She never responded. So if anybody can help me get in touch with Oma Katrina Esau, I'd be very grateful. Sorry, that's who you're talking about. What about the shirt? You don't like the shirt? You don't like Mahdi's? I got another one here. Do you like this one? Remember the whole Vit Cunt episode? Well, this is the maroon cunt. Akis, the maroon cunt. The maroon side. There you go, folks. Remember pulling out many? Hey, Vit Cunt, Vit Cunt. Oops. Damn, English speakers don't understand the words. If it weren't for bad luck, wouldn't have any luck at all. There you go. Greetings from Hartwater, okay. Lesotho grants, yeah, for Starlink. I know about that. Live with meet and greet, Susan. I don't know. If we do that, we have to turn the volume off. And it worked once. We did it in Pretoria. We had 60 people there. So I would come over periodically when the music was down, and I'd narrate and tell people what's going on. But I don't know if I'm gonna do the live streaming. We have to have permission from the place first off. Morning from a sunny Pretoria, says Frau and Boer. Welcome to you. Katarina, as you would spell it in Afrikaans, Esau, E-S-A-U, Esau. My Oma and Opa used to live in Fort Trucker Road in the 60s, and I started school in Paro, okay? Live in Durbanville. Okay. Did you see the news about U.S. pastor that was... Yes, Janssen von Jorn, yes, we've covered that story. You guys are not watching my videos, honestly. It's weird, because some people only watch live, some people only watch prepared videos, some people watch both, but the number watch both is small. I wish it was larger. But we are, by the way, let me just do a little update on the channel here. Missick786, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to put the effort into it. Life should have an effort. Okay, let's go over here and see. I'm going to take a look at analytics. First off, on the channel, we now have 76,451 subscribers. Thank you for that. We had 75,000 yesterday. That was really exciting. And let me take a look at how we're doing here. That one video was at 300,000. It's crazy. So we had a big drop off yesterday. We're going to 1,000 people per hour watching. 2 a.m. this morning because it wasn't doing anything. We're getting back up there. Yesterday we had some big views. So let me take a look. We dropped from 295,000 on the 12th to just 154,000 13th. Just in January, I had 1,000 view days. Well, did somebody just do a super chat and I missed that? My apologies. Oh, Darty, membership. Thank you, Darty. Braveheart, welcome. Thank you. Love the jersey. Nice to see you on the West Coast. Have fun. Enjoy the seafood. I'm from Maryland. The seafood here can't compare to Maryland. So I don't really have seafood when I'm here. I mean, I might as well eat Ocean Basket in Pretoria. Better off there. Okay, so let me take a look at that video here now. So that video has 320,000 views now. Wow, folks, I've never had a video over 200,000. This one has 320,000 views and it's still going. Let's see, right now it's getting about 800, 900 views per hour. So, I mean, that's after 3 days. That's pretty good. Thank you all. 1,900 subscribers. I wonder if we can get 2,000 new subscribers just from that video. That would be awesome. I'm hoping the video I did this morning also does really well. We'll see. as it goes forward, but I'm hoping it does very well. So, yeah, let me go back to the content here. Anyway, yeah, so we've had some middling videos, but 320,000 views. That's just insane. 3,897 comments, 12,565 likes, 295 dislikes. Well, you can't please everybody and you shouldn't try. Anyway, so that's what's going on with that, folks. Pretty exciting stuff there for the channel. I'm really stoked. You guys are fueling me. You're really keeping me going. Have you had what? Bunny chow? I don't eat bunny chow. Game over. Go for a drive to okay. Car rolls 9 degrees uphill. When you come to my valley, you need a venue to meet and greet. Okay, hang on. Bradenborg. Okay, I'll make a note there. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I need to give some public lectures. It's time to answer people's questions, okay? Darty says you're on fire. Do you play golf? I do play golf, but I haven't golfed ever in South Africa. I have in Swaziland. King of Convictions gave a $20 super chat. A family South Africa. What's the email address they need to start Rift? Okay, or my mods, can you please put the State Department's email address up for the embassy? But it won't start it, Conviction. It doesn't start it. It simply lets the embassy know you're interested. There is no program at present. We're still waiting for that program. Over 2 months later. Cyrus the Virus is back. 14 Rand. Thank you for that. Great to have you live from the country. Well, Mal, get used to it. You'll hear a lot of lives from me. I did one last night at Danny Craven. But I do play golf, Janet, but I haven't played. Arabella's a nice course, but that's a little bit out of my league. Okay. What video is doing so good, someone? Oh, that's the Michelin. That's the one that's 300,000 views. Let me see. That's, what's the title of that video? Content's what I want. Actually, analytics will do better. So that one was Dangerous Words That Got Trump's Attention. That's the one where Julius Malema threatened Trump's life. Dangerous Words That Got Trump's Attention. Let me see. I'm looking for the link here. I won't give the link. Anyway, I'm not going to get there from there. So that's the one you want, Dangerous Words. So it keeps taking me to this. I want the link, but it won't take me to the damn link. It keeps taking me to my internal stuff. Anyway, I can't get that to you. So Dangerous Words, look that one up. That's the problem with not watching all my content. You miss things. Morton Williams says, what's your shirt size, please? Well, you know, I usually wear a double X because I have long arms. And see, this is a triple X, but the sleeves and the double X were here. So I had to get it. So I had to get a triple X because I need the sleeves to be this long. So double X or triple X. If it's a rugby jersey, double X usually does the trick. Although I got a little pudgy lately, and I noticed that when I saw Neil DeBeer, I'm looking pretty pudgy next to Neil. So I'm working on that, okay? Charles Boyson's here. Welcome, bro. How you doing, man? Water project. That'd be cool, Keith. Maryland, thanks again for all your food. No, you're welcome, John Smith. No, seafood here is fine, but I'm kind of a prude because I'm from Baltimore, Maryland originally. Yeah, so can somebody put the email address up for King of Convictions, particularly since there was a $20 donation there? Joan Devanaga, welcome to you. And then I jumped ahead on me here, folks. Charm says, good morning. YouTube was very late with this notification. Well, I did the stream very late. There was no warning. At least you got a notification. I'm surprised. But thank you for joining me, Charms. Command, appreciate your speaking up for our people. Well, it's my pleasure. San Diego has 6.3 meg. Wow, earthquake. I didn't hear that. You already know my fascination with the goat clip. Can we call me Mountain Goat? You can call me the greatest of all time all you want. I don't mind. Haltman gave a £5 super chat. Thank you for that, Haltman. That's awesome. We all are dedicated to your channel. We make sure we don't miss a single view. Well, thank you, Braveheart. I really appreciate it. But that email that they communicated was offered. I don't understand what you mean by the King Convictions. First of all, there's no program, my friend. There's no program. It doesn't exist. They're still working on it. They're slow with it. And you can only contact the State Department on this issue through the PRM email address that's at the embassy in South Africa. They will forward it to Population, Refugees, and Migration Office that's responsible for it. And that's how people who got their interviews. I've actually met in person now with South Africans who actually had their interview. What's going on with my screen here? Did I crack it? Okay. There's something on my screen there. Looks like it's messed up there. Anyway, so yeah, so the people who got interviews, I met with a couple of those people already here in South Africa. So look, folks, I'm doing stuff all the time. Look, I was up at 3 o'clock yesterday morning, awake, working. And I was up today at 4 o'clock, awake, working. I went to bed around midnight and 11 o'clock previous 2 nights. So I'm constantly working, constantly meeting people, constantly arranging things. So, you know, people are asking me to do a lot of stuff. I do as much as I can. I run myself into the ground, which is fine. I mean, you know, sleep is for the dead, you know, so. Policy confusion depends where I'm logged in when you live. One account for booking system, one personal. No, it's okay, Thea. I just want to make sure you're the same person because look, Nell is a common name and Thea less common, but you know, I want to make sure because but it's okay. Just don't introduce it every time as if it's the first time we talked because it gets confusing. Then I wonder if I'm getting trolled. But I know you're real, Thea, because we've had a conversation. Once you become a refugee, you just need to use that video in their interviews. Chris then watched that count skyrocket another 480,000. Yeah, that'd be nice. I love Paternoster. What's that? Oh, there's a big super chat coming in from Heinrich. Share a new ambassador video on non-biased platform. Can't mention name. Would love to share the awesome news of our awesome new representative. Huh? What are you talking about? What new representative? You're confused, Pierre. I didn't see anything of Juju in court. Okay. Langebahn. Okay. Yeah. Hauptmann. Well, Langebahn. We want to go to the airbase. The restaurant has pizza, and yes, they have Hawaiian pizza. I think this is correct email. Well, you probably can't put it in there. I need a moderator to do that. You seem like a beer guy. We have a great beer festival in KZN. Yeah, I know. I missed it last time, Game Over. I missed that. I was there in August of 2022, and I missed the beer festival. Well, the problem with beer festival is I have to give a ride. Somebody has to give me a ride because I don't drink and drive at all. There it is. Fred just did it without the, just spaced it out. Well done, Fred. Looks like my moderators are sleeping. Gerda, Erasmus, Veronica Russo. How many sugars do you take in your cappuccino? This one took 3. It's a small cup. I don't like coffee. It's an evil substance invented by Satan to enslave mankind. How is the image look? Okay, you guys can still see me. Okay, I'm not messed up here. On my screen, I can't see it very clearly. Okay, I must go, says Steve. Okay, IPA Wednesday afternoon. Okay, IPA. Okay, you're gonna have to give me more information than that. IPA. That may be a challenge because I got other requests on Wednesday. Okay, Yaku says I will come and say hi tonight. All right, cool beans. We'll bring the kids along. Unless they're noisy. Yolandi said that's nice this time of day. Rakes, I need all kinds of assistance. I need a team. I need to be like somebody like Citizen Concern where I have a whole editing team of people helping me out. There it is. CB just put it there. CB, that's the email address right there. Peter Liebenberg from Vitbang. By the way, next Thursday, the 24th of April, 2025, I will be in Rondebosch at the Reformation Society at the Livingston House. I'll be speaking, as I always do when I'm in South Africa. I'll make a banner for that. I'll be speaking at the Livingston House about President Trump, sanctions, the refugee program, and a whole bunch of other stuff, plus Iran. So if you want to go, that's the place to be next Wednesday. They have limited seating, so I think we might have a full house this time. Reformation Society. Every trip to South Africa, I always give them a speech, go there and talk and interact with people. My last one wasn't so good. I mean, the speech was fine, but the pushback from some of the guests, I mean, I don't really know where they're coming from. But I will be there at the Reformation Society. Meantime, I'll try to set some others up. Maybe one Vredenborg, which the offer was here. Heinrich Schönefeld, 350 Rand. Thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you. Okay, Jordan Peterson answer. I didn't see that, but I saw it listed. Once again, Answer Oates doesn't tell me about all his contacts. He keeps all his Dave Rubens and Jordan Petersons to himself. You were awake and didn't come for coffee. Where am I supposed to go for coffee, Fabian? Someone said to send an email to President White House. That is not going to help at all. That's not going to help you. That is not going to help you. Go ahead and send it. I'm not going to tell you not to send it. Send emails wherever you want, but that's not going to help you. I'll tell you that. Okay, I notice a lot of, first off, the White House doesn't deal with refugees. The State Department does. So if you want refugee status, you have to talk to people who do that. Refugee status is the State Department. We dropped to 401 people. What's going on? People leaving? They're going to work. If you go early mornings to the bay, you will find all the old tunnies and waiting for their walking their dogs. Yeah, I don't need to see that. It's okay. There's a lot of scams popping up regarding the program. Yes, there are a lot of scams, Cyrus. I've been warning people. Okay. Peterson Ritz is out. Yeah, it came out this morning, I think. Your new video this morning. What about it, Pierre? Oh, you like it? Thumbs up. Thank you for that. Thank you, good sir. That's what I was asking for. Okay, King Evictions. There you go. Glad you got it. My pleasure. Yeah, again, King Evictions, understand, don't be misled. Okay, that email is not to contact the refugee program. The program does not exist. That's an email created by the Department of State for the embassy in South Africa to receive emails from people who are asking questions. They aren't answering questions, but you should get an automated reply saying they got it. What I'd recommend is if you have family that want refugee status, is that they send them an email to that address saying they're expressing their interest, saying who all's involved, contact information, and you can also describe some of what's happened to you that's been racial oppression. So, I mean, people had different luck with it. I know somebody that wrote basically 4 pages of notes and they got an interview. I know somebody that wrote a paragraph and they got an interview. So it's just random. Vilma's sister's on the phone. Okay. Hope she's okay. Belinda from Philosdorp. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, what's next here? Looking good in the Mahdi's jersey. You like that, do you, Isan? Yeah, you like that? Isan Ustasan, yeah, that's the Mahdi's. And in case you're coming in late, we had the cap as well. I've got my friend, the mascot, the squirrel here, who had no positive impact whatsoever last night. This tail did nothing. They couldn't get their tail up. They couldn't push Ikes down the field. Didn't work. So Mahdi's got obliterated last night. Really sad. I left before the total destruction began. Late in the second half, about 15 minutes left, it all fell apart. It all went sideways. My tab just crashed. I got to reload it here on my laptop. Yeah, it all went sideways last night. So then we got this here. Also got another hoodie downstairs, but this is the maroon cunt. Ek is die maroon cunt. Hope you like that. Anyway, please make a video cleaning up the sanctions proposed against government. Yeah, I will, Andrew. That's what I'll do. But I'll make this video out in the water. I'm gonna go out to the water and make. Okay. International Police says, thank you very much. And Steve Young, that helps out a lot. International, okay, International Police, International Police Association. Okay, I've heard of that before. In Constantia. That's where I've heard of it. I think I saw it. Can anybody go there? Can I go there? I will make an effort to go there then. Alicat, good morning to you. And Newsroom Africa, Jonas has responded to his appointment. Envoy vowing to strengthen the back. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, folks. Wake up refreshed from a lovely cool morning. Yeah, listen, Val. Look, God invented wind in Gordon's Bay, and I've got the windows open and the wind's coming straight in. I had natural air conditioning last night. I was nice and cool and comfy. Oh yeah, it's so nice, so nice. Stayed in Bophuthatswana. Okay, yeah, Bophuthatswana was definitely different. Lucas Mangope, I'll be proud of you. She studies. Well, why didn't you tell me that, Fabian? I could have met her. Great picture with me and Neil DeBeer. Did he share it? Did he share it, Radiance? Okay, I haven't shared that picture, so Neil must have shared it. Yeah, but I look chubby, man. I look like a freaking prop in that thing, big barrel chested. That's not me. That's weird. If you'd like to Google the Jolly Roger in Paternoster, my friend's place, the beach. Okay, it's the Jolly Roger in Paternoster. Hang on. Okay. Why is it the UNEU do not find kill the board offensive? Because they're woke leftists. They don't care about people. They don't care about power. That's all they care about. What's your views about Tucker Carlson? Watch an interview with Tucker Carlson's a good reporter. He's broken a lot of stories. But Tucker Carlson easily falls into a pattern that he needs to be careful of. He loses objectivity at times. So anyway. All right. I think it's time. Yeah, we're going to Ibrahim Rasul him. Yeah, we're going to Ibrahim Rasul him back. I don't have that song with me on here because this is my laptop and I don't have all the music on there. But we will play this one again, folks. This is my, we're patiently waiting for you on the North Coast. Okay, King Shaka. Okay, Leslie, that's going to be tough. 140 from Sunshine Kid. Thank you for that super sticker. Right, folks, so we're going to play this again because I'm loving this. This is a great song. I made this song the other night. Watch it on my channel. Save South Africa. Pardon for my terrible scene, but I'm really getting into this song now.
Land of gold sunsets and sky so blue. Mountains whisper stories of dreams so true. From oceans growing wild to valleys deep. A heartbeat of a nation that will not sleep. Save South Africa.
This song is full of photographs of people whom I've met in South Africa, plus natural scenes from here. A lot of these people I didn't know. They just came up to me and knew me. This is a tribute to all of you.
Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave, but we
Malcolm in Durban. John Tungay and Paula Tungay in Howick. Brian von Straten at the OR Temple Airport. People off the street at Loftus. Save South Africa. Love. Random fans at Loftus. The Scrum. Skulkberger. MV Velman, my rugby friend. Another random person on the street. Laval River. Rubbish along the road, because that was terrible. Informal settlements. The meet and greet at Four Ways. Roman Kavanek. Melrose Arch. Paulie. Peter Fabricius. Rhodes Memorial. Kirsten Bosch. Century City. Dassie's Rock Hyrax. Jovilio. Another random fan at Loftus. Johan Orton, my friend from Nelspruit. And Stedman Huntz. That's pretty cool. Anyway, hope you guys like that song. It's on the channel. You can check it out, okay? Oh, look, a little turd ball. Okay. Bye-bye, Mariki. Fuck off. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Another troll deleted there. What can you expect to meet and greet? Well, whatever you want, Melanie. What are you expecting? Meet and greet is a chance to come and talk and meet people, meet others, meet people in the audience, people that around you. One of the cool things I've done here, which has been really exciting for me, is that I have unintentionally introduced South Africans to South Africans. For instance, I made the introduction of Joel Stransky to Mark Oppenheimer. I was meeting with Joel Stransky for coffee, and then I was meeting with Mark Oppenheimer as well, and the two overlapped. And so I said, Mark, you want to come meet Joel? And the two of them met. So I introduced the two of them. I was in Zeerost a couple years ago, staying in a guest house, and I went to a place where lunch was provided for me. And I went there for dinner later in the day, and I was sitting by myself, and these people were talking, and then they asked me to come over and join them, so I joined them. And I started talking to them, because they saw I was alone. It was nice to invite me over. And then there was a guy at the other table kept looking over, and he recognized me from my broadcasts. And so I said, hey, come over. I didn't know who he was. I was curious about. We chatted, and it turns out the two of them are cousins who never met. They both live in the Zeerost area, and they never met. They're cousins. Now, they're other cousins because they mentioned so-and-so and so-and-so. Well, that's my aunt. Well, that's my aunt. Your real aunt? Yeah. So anyway, I get to do that. It's pretty cool. So that happens. Love your show. Do you mind giving a rundown of your life? I've heard you mention dealing with diplomats in here. Oh, I'm not here on holiday. Who said I was here on holiday? I'm working my ass off. Okay, Tristan, I'll get that in just a second. Okay. Help me give £2. Greetings, DJ Music. You like that song? Cool. Well, I had to take a troll out there. Just want a photo of me, the colonel, my wife says, Pierre. Okay. Never knew so much of our country up till now. Yeah, thank you, Alts. Okay. Great compilation. Thank you for that. Okay, the question was about me. So, look, I mean, can you guys still see me? It looks kind of dark on the screen here. I guess it's okay. The light's just kind of weird there. Maybe if I hang on, let me take something else here. Another curtain. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. That takes out some of that Is it better or is it worse? Okay, it's better. Okay, yeah. So, okay. Much better. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I can't see well. The phone is in the sun, but the camera's not picking up the sun because the camera. Anyway, so Veronica says, no, it's not better. Okay, let me try this. Is that better? Let me get the coffee out of the way. Hang on. I'm stuck here. I mean, that's South Africans have this inability to put mains in their house. I don't know what the deal is here. There aren't enough mains. There we go. That's probably a lot better. How's that? I think we got it. Close the other curtain. The rugby game was disappointing. Okay, that's got to be better. Got to be better. Come on. Nobody's answering this question. That's got to be better. I can see. Yeah, perfect. Okay, almost perfect. Okay. All right, so, yeah, except that I'm in the picture. All right, so the question was asked about me. So let me run through some bio stuff because a lot of people never been here. I see 390 people here now. That's small in our usual audience, but some folks are here. Okay, so obviously I'm an American. I never claimed to be South African. People always call me a South African. I've been called a colonist, a white supremacist, right-wing podcaster, all kinds of horsemen or nonsense by idiots who have stupid things to say. So I grew up all over the country, United States. I lived in like 34 of the lower 48 states before the age of 17, if that's correct. It sounds right in my mind. I wound up being a dairy farmer in high school, had jerseys and Guernseys, sold milk and butter, and learned the value of hard work. Went into university at the age of 17, dirt poor on full federal and state assistance and a student loan, and worked in the cafeteria for minimum wage. And then pretty much didn't focus on school. I was 17, escaping a bad childhood and on my own for the first time in my life, and I enjoyed myself, but I didn't study very hard. So after a year of that, almost a year of that, I realized I was wasting my time and other people's money. I was adult enough to realize that. So I enlisted in the Army to get money for university, to get some experience, maybe to grow up a little bit, and also to learn German, because I got stationed at Choice, Germany, and maybe go to school at night and earn a degree while I was in the Army. All of that came true. I earned an associate's degree in the Army in general studies, went back to university in 87, graduated in 89, a dual major of German and history my primary focus, and then went back in the Army as an intelligence officer. Came in 89, served as intelligence officer, as a tactical intelligence officer, strategic intelligence officer, counterintelligence agent and officer, a signals intelligence officer, and then later in my career, for the second half of my career, something I always wanted to be, which is a foreign area officer, a regional specialist for sub-Saharan Africa. So in 1984, I was sitting in the education center by Kreuznach, Germany, and I, in my view, thought that Africa was going to be the next big thing, 1984. So I decided in 1984 that I was going to be a regular army military intelligence, foreign area officer, make full colonel, and be the defense attaché in South Africa. That is not an easy thing to do. There are only at the time 12 officers in the entire U.S. Army who did what I eventually did as a full colonel. That later was expanded to 18, 50% increase, but 18 out of 700,000 people in the military, that's not many people. 18, one of 18 out of 500, now it's 560,000, it used to be 800,000. So there's a very small field to get into. But I made that decision in 1984 and I pursued it. It wasn't easy because I'm male. And as a male, it's difficult to get the intelligence field because women couldn't go into combat roles. So the women were pushed there in higher percentages. So in the U.S. Army, only 12% of our officers are women, but at least that's what it used to be. And at the time, 40%, 40% of the intelligence corps was women because they're pushed into intelligence and signals because they couldn't go to infantry, artillery, or aviation, combat aviation. So there's that. And then I came back in. I served 36 and a half years in the Army, 34 in active duty, 2.5 in the National Guard while I was at university. And I served 23 years overseas with tours of duty 3 times in Germany, in Bad Kreuznach, in Gelnhausen, Hanau, and then Stuttgart. My final one, I served as a private through a sergeant, as a lieutenant through a captain, and as a lieutenant colonel in Germany. I served a tour in Italy, where I was a senior counterintelligence official for Southern Europe. And I did multiple combat tours. I served in Bosnia, served in Africa, I was in the Gulf War, my first combat tour. In Africa, I've been stationed in Tunisia, Liberia, Botswana, Malawi, Niger, Mauritania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. And I've worked in over 36, 38 African countries total. I'm a published author in academic circles, Stellenbosch University. Published my book a couple years ago on U.S. Africa Command. It's at Stellenbosch. I was contributing author to a project on that. They asked me to come in on an intelligence project, but I wasn't able to do it. My time was circumspect, so I did contribute to that. So that's that. I was published by the Army War College in academic circles. I'm a popular press author. I'm also a contributor to the Daily Friend here in South Africa, writing articles for them. In fact, my video this morning is probably going to become an article after I tone it down a little bit. The insults to Adrian Basson. Can't really be writing that stuff on the Daily Friend. I'm a linguist, polyglot. I speak 6 languages to varying degrees of proficiency. 5 of them I used to be fluent in. I'm really only fluent in 3 at this stage. I can read and write in English, German, and French. I can understand Afrikaans, maar ik praat niet Afrikaans niet. manifestan. So be careful what you say around me, because you think you're getting away with something, you probably aren't. And then I've run HIV programs, tuberculosis programs, Ebola research programs. I've trained African militaries for peacekeeping. I've taught militaries to obey the rule of law and the law of land warfare. I've done all kinds of things, pretty cool stuff. Built roads and clinics, schools, interesting stuff. So I really enjoyed it. It's been an exciting time. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. And so there you go. I'm a huge rugby enthusiast. Became a rugby fan in 1982. Became a Springbok fan in 1982, and a Western Cape, and then later Stormers fan in the same time frame. And yeah, so I have another channel called Rugby Senate, where I do play-by-play and color commentary of rugby games. You can catch that if you don't have DSTV. And there you go. Okay, so there you go. Folks, I have to wrap up here, unfortunately, because we've been at this for an hour and a half, and my hosts have got work to do, so I can't keep monopolizing their time. My credentials are out of this world, and I'm very modest about it, but I get attacked by scumbags all the time, as you saw earlier here. They said I was cock and so was the song. Well, you can take it on the arches. And the person said that. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Hey, Cameron, how's it going? There will be a video here shortly talking about the so-called sanctions. I'm going to discuss that, go down to the waterfront, which isn't too far from here in Gordons Bay, and I'll record a video, and then I'll come back and load it up, all right? And then I got to come back, and I got to book my flights for around the country and set up some meetings. Yep. Okay, so I guess, but I don't have more than 6, so I'm still a polyglot, not a hyperglot. Technically, I know Italian to some degree, so I guess I could be a hyperglot. So anyway, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button. Thanks for being here. We only have 478 likes. That's lame. But thank you all for the super chats and everything, and your comments, your questions. For the hate wankers, the trolls, foot sec. We don't want you here. Cheers, everybody. Catch you next time later today.